Welcome to your Monday mood for the week of June 9th through June 15th. This is an exciting week, you guys. It's a week that a lot of astrologers have been circling on their calendar. I am sure of it. And me, myself, I've been circling it as well. Why is it so exciting? Why is it so important? It's because today, as of literally 5 minutes ago, Jupiter, the planet of luck, abundance, good fortune, has moved into the sign of Cancer, where it is exalted. It loves being in this energy. It performs well in this energy. It is going to give us this sense of security, safety, comfort that we have been needing as a collective and in your life individually. So hopefully I'll get around to doing a tarot transit soon, but if not, you want to definitely make sure you take a look at your rising sign and see which house in your chart is ruled by Cancer. Then you'll see how this abundance, this luck, this optimistic energy, this expansion, this growth may show up for you specifically for the next 12 months, okay? Because Jupiter's transit is 12 months. So we will be in this beautiful, helpful, nourishing, loving, supportive energy for a year. So that is happening on the 9th, this Monday, and it has moved out of being in detriment. So it was in Gemini all last year, which really added to a lot of the just overwhelming energy and information that we have been inundated with day in and day out on social media, in our own lives, in our minds. So I hope that this Cancer energy brings us a little warm blanket to snuggle up in and feel a little bit more like, okay, we're going to be okay. Because we are going to be okay, but we're still in the midst of the storm. So with that being said, we do have a full moon, which is also going to bring us a little bit of fun, a little bit of excitement. BT dubs. If you do live in Atlanta, please grab a ticket to Mystic Moon, which is this Wednesday at 7 o'clock at Create ATL. Link is in the bio. We'd really appreciate your support. But the Sag Moon is full of optimism in its own right. It is ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter being in Cancer now, and then we're having this Jupiterian full moon. It's going to feel like, okay, we have an opportunity to work with this energy and bring in some good fortune, some goodness, some change as well into our lives that maybe we have all been hoping for, wishing for, praying for, since the beginning of this year for sure, but even longer. This full moon should help us kind of see where we're going, see the possibilities, see what's opening up for us, what's expanding, as Sagittarius energy is all about the big picture and where we're kind of headed, right? It's the archer. We're like trying to hit our target. And this full moon, since it's full and bright and illuminated, can help us see that future target better. So I love this full moon, definitely coupled with the fact that Jupiter is now in an energy that it loves being in. I think it's going to give us a sweet little excitement in the midweek. And then as we move through the rest of the week, anything else popping out to me? I know we have a lot of different energies kind of like doing a little tango. Mercury has moved into Cancer now. It is going to sextile Venus on Wednesday as well. So that is also really cute. And I like that energy. Cancer and Venus get along super well. They have a good synergy with one another. Cancer brings us that sense, like I said, of safety, of love, of connection, of protection. Taurus brings us abundance and deliciousness and pleasure. So Wednesday really feels like a day that we might just be like loving life and seeing the excitement of what is to come and what can be. It feels like I'm actually just getting this like intuitive insight right now. It feels like we're looking through the looking glass towards the future on Wednesday. Maybe the energy we're feeling, the conversations we may be having, what we're doing may be indicative of what is going to continue to grow as we move forward on our journey. So I'm loving Wednesday. Anything else is sticking out? I'm asking myself. if anything else is sticking out to me. Sunday, we do have some friction coming into the game. We do have Mars, which is still in Leo, and it's almost done being in there, y'all. It has been doing its thing in Leo since, I believe that was the beginning of December. So if you're kind of like revisiting certain things or taking action on certain things that started back in December, not only is that a 6-month cycle since Sagittarius season and now we're in its opposite Gemini season, but also Mars is back where it was that time, and Mars in Cancer did that whole tango for the beginning of half of the year. So that could be coming up too, especially with Uranus, Mars squaring Uranus on Sunday. There could be something unexpected that happens, like it feels like, okay, I just felt it in my heart space. That's interesting. It's like a shock, what's going on, like a surprise. Okay, something you weren't expecting, maybe some type of something happening quickly, something happening and like helping something maybe move forward. Energy's neutral, so I'm not assigning it good or bad, but it does feel like something like, oh my God, that's shocking, like something like that occurring potentially on Sunday. We also have Jupiter. Now, Jupiter giving us all the goodness. On Sunday, it's going to square Aries, and it's going to stay in that square, so a little bit of a friction point all the way until like September when Saturn retrogrades back into Pisces. So what's going to happen is we're going to start to feel like hopeful and like, yay. And then the square is going to happen on Sunday. So Sunday feels like we're like rocking it. And then Sunday happens and it's kind of like the record scratching, like, okay, this is when things started to get real again, that we have to like remember that we can't be too pie in the sky. We can't be too overly optimistic. We can't be too fuck it, we ball, Sag energy. Like, we realize with Saturn and Aries that we have to be responsible in our actions and what we're doing in order to make sure that we are staying the course. So there could be some reality check vibe that happens on Sunday. That's kind of what it feels like. But it could also be something that's like helpful, right? Saturn also helps create the structure that we need in order to have the thing that we're nurturing, right? So it could be something helpful that comes in as well. Like I said, energy is neutral, so it doesn't feel good or bad. It just, because it's a square, it could definitely bring us a little tension that Sunday. So let's get into the tarot. And please excuse, I'm missing nails, and my Virgo just has to point it out because it is not perfect at all. It's the complete opposite of perfect, but yeah, I'm not perfect. South Node in Virgo, themes and understandings that I'm accepting and releasing throughout this transit. That North Node, Pisces, South Node, Virgo transit, as it is hanging out with my sun energy of my core, my being, how I see myself. It's like, Sydney, okay, maybe you're not going to have your nails perfect all the time. Okay, bitch, get over it. It's not that important. Maybe your sales to Mystic Moon aren't going to be perfect. Like, all these things, that's why astrology is so cool, because it continues. It doesn't just happen one day. Like, we're in this energy. So one day you may not feel the energy at all. And then one day you feel it, you can't get out of it. You know what I'm saying? So what's the energy for this week, specifically via the tarot, with Jupiter moving into Cancer? And it's interesting, too, because Jupiter in Cancer is transiting my 12th house. So I feel, look, this anxiety, that's interesting. I feel like my intuition has already been kind of showing signs of expansion. And so I see that that's probably going to be coming up for me. So this Nine of Swords kind of goes to my point of, like, when energy shifts, it can feel a little anxiety-ridden because we feel that, we feel it. We feel something's happening, but we don't know. And so it's important this week for us to ground our energy, not get too worried or over analytical about why or what something means. And as I'm saying this, I'm feeling like I'm reading myself, because I had that problem already today where I was getting in my head and trying to figure out what something means. And right now with the Nine of Swords, we're almost done with some of this fogginess that we thought would be cleared up by now because of all these energy shifts. Like, I feel like the 9 is saying, like, we're in the home stretch of, okay, like, feeling less worried about what it means or where we're going or what is happening. So let's see what's on top. I'm curious. The sun! Wow, that's exactly what I felt. It's like things are working for us. Things are opening up for us. Things are growing in a beautiful way that's bringing in the things that we truly want. But this week, because the tension of Sunday, and then like the excitement of like Wednesday, but then like the uncertainty of like maybe things right now don't look like how they will look, like that, all that energy is creating a little mental Gemini, right, kind of anxiety. But the sun is here also, like, no, like, feel excited, feel optimistic, feel ready for what's to come. This is a yes card. So yes, things are changing, things are growing, things are expanding. We're going to get that help from Jupiter. It is going to be beneficial to us. So this week, when we find ourselves feeling anxious, just remember, yes, things are going to get better. Yes, things are on the right track. Yes, things are improving. Yes, I'm going to get what I want. Yes, this is going to be successful. Yes, this is going to work out. Even if, your ego, your mind starts to get a little worried because it's like not as clear as you want it to be or how you thought it would be, because we're still kind of working our way through those last tendrils or like the last remains of the old energy, right? It's not a light switch. Look, the full reverse. Exactly. It doesn't immediately happen. The new beginning isn't immediate. The new journey isn't immediate. And this week feels like we want so much to be there, but it's still kind of like not yet. But keep the optimism, keep hope alive. So that is your Monday mood. Blessings. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me wherever you're catching this. Remember, you can book a personal reading with me at experiencearcana.com. As well as, like I said, come join myself and Keisha at Mystic Moon this Wednesday. Check out our content on YouTube. We have a new episode of our Cosmic Chat and Chill dropping soon. So, bless. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.